Hello and welcome to another Divi Booster tutorial. In this video, we'll explore how to change the style of Divi Timeline module items based on their scroll state. By styling the previous, current, and upcoming timeline items differently, you can create a more guided, polished, and interactive experience for your visitors. This approach works perfectly for process steps, company histories, project phases, roadmaps, event schedules, and more. Any timeline that benefits from a clear sense of progress. Let's dive in. Divi doesn't natively provide settings to style timeline items based on their scroll position. However, with the help of Divi Booster, you can now add this functionality directly into the timeline module. Divi Booster introduces controls that allow you to style previous, current, and upcoming timeline items right from the builder, making it a more streamlined and convenient process. To enable scroll state styling for your timeline, the first step is to install and activate Divi Booster. Once it's active, Divi Booster enhances the Divi Builder by adding extra settings to the timeline module. These include the scroll state design options you'll use throughout this guide. You can find Divi Booster through the link provided in the accompanying post. To get started, open the Divi Builder and add a timeline module to your page. From there, go ahead and add your timeline items as you normally would. It's important to ensure that you're using the standard vertical timeline layout. This layout works seamlessly with the scroll state styling, as it naturally aligns with the way visitors scroll down the page. Next, open the timeline module settings to access the scroll state options. Navigate to Timeline, then Design, and finally Scroll State. Here you'll find controls to style the timeline items based on their state, previous, current, or upcoming. You can switch between these states using the timeline state buttons, making it easy to configure styling for each one. Now let's start by setting the style for the previous state. This applies to timeline items that your visitors have already scrolled past. A good approach here is to use softer or muted colors to ensure these items are still visible, but don't overpower the primary focus of the current item. For example, you could opt for a subtle marker color, a lighter card background, or quieter tones for the date, title, and body text. This helps create a clear distinction between completed and upcoming timeline items while maintaining a polished look. Let's move on to styling the current state. Select the Current option, which applies to the timeline item currently in focus. This is the state you'll generally want to draw the most attention to. Consider using a stronger marker color, a highlighted card background, or bolder title and date colors. These changes help naturally guide your visitors' attention to the most relevant part of the timeline. Next, let's configure the style for the upcoming state. Select the Upcoming option, which applies to timeline items that are further down the page and haven't been reached yet. A good approach here is to use lighter or more neutral tones while still keeping the text and design elements readable. This helps create a clear sense of progression, showing what has already happened, what's happening now, and what's coming next in the timeline. Once you've completed styling your timeline, save the timeline module, then save the page itself. Next, view the page on the front end and scroll through the timeline. You'll notice that as each item moves through the viewport, Divi Booster automatically updates its scroll state styling, creating a dynamic and visually engaging effect. If you don't see the colors or styles update immediately, clear any caches, whether it's from Divi, plugins, your server, or a CDN, and reload the page. This should resolve any display issues. Once you've set up your scroll state styles, there's still room to refine and customize your timeline further. For instance, you can enhance your timeline by adding custom icons to your timeline items. If you're interested, I've linked a guide in the accompanying post that shows you how to do this. Additionally, if you'd prefer a more interactive design, you can transform the timeline module into a horizontal carousel. There's a guide linked in the post that explains how to make this change. It's worth noting that scroll state styling is also compatible with the horizontal carousel layout enabled by Divi Booster. In this setup, the current carousel item is dynamically styled as the current state. However, the same functionality doesn't apply to the default horizontal timeline layout without the carousel feature enabled, as it lacks scroll-based progression. For more details, check out the resources linked in the post. In conclusion, scroll state styling is an easy and effective way to make your Divi timelines clearer and more engaging. With Divi Booster, you can seamlessly style previous, current, and upcoming timeline items directly in the module settings. No custom CSS required. If there's anything else you'd like to see or do with the Divi Timeline module, feel free to share your thoughts in the comments.